Hi everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. One of the questions I frequently get on the channel is which base model is the best in order to do fine tuning on a specific use case. Now, if you don't know what base model is, a base model is a pre-trained language model that has been trained on a large dataset to learn patterns and relationships in language. This model has not been specifically tailored for any particular task or application, and its primary objective is to understand the structure and syntax of a language. If you're looking to use it for chat or to follow the instructions or to follow human preferences, you would have to fine tune it. Fine tuning is the process of taking a base model and adjusting its parameter to fit a specific task or application. This involves adding additional training data that is relevant to the task at hand and adjusting the model's weights to better align with human preferences and values. Fine tuning allows the model to learn specific nuances and requirements of a particular task, making it more accurate and effective. This model, which you see on your screen, Helium-1 Preview 2 billion, it's a base model, and if you want to it to follow any instructions or any human preferences, you would need to do fine tuning to align it with your own use case. Also, for example, if you want to train it on your own company's data, or for example, if you just want this model to focus on medical data or financial data, you would have to do the fine tuning. In this video, we are going to install it locally, and then I will show you how you can do basic completion with it, but it won't do any chat, it won't do any streaming, and it won't generate huge corpus of data. Now, this is not the only base model, of course, there are literally thousands of them out there now. But in my experience, if you're just starting out, if you want to play around with the base model, this Helium model looks quite good. And another reason is that the size is very small, it is just 2 billion. And if you're looking for a smallish model, other than the major architectures, I think this is a good open source model you can follow along. Other than that, it's quite lightweight, as you can see, and especially if you're looking to deploy a base model on edge devices, which is also multilingual. So because it follows English, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, and Spanish, yes, all European languages. So if your conditions are these, then I think this could be a good option which you can check out. So now you know what this model is. And by the way, the license is CC by 4, so it's not Apache 2, unfortunately, which I think is the only downside of the model, as I can see at the moment. Also, the core idea of these researchers were to do research. So as I said, looks quite a solid project. Let's check it out. We will install it locally. Before that, let me give a huge shout out to Massed Compute, who are sponsoring the VM and GPU for this video. If you're looking to rent a GPU on very affordable prices, I will drop the link to their website in video's description. Plus, I'm also going to give you a coupon code of 50% discount on range of GPUs. This is my Ubuntu system, and this is my GPU card, NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM, courtesy Massed Compute. Let's start by creating a virtual environment with Conda. And now let me install all the prerequisites, which is simple torch and transformers. And now let me launch my Jupyter notebook. And now let's grab our model after importing the libraries, and you can see that we are using this Helium-1. And the base model is being downloaded. There is only one shard, and the size is very convenient, which can easily fit on mobile devices or edge devices. And the model is downloaded, also loaded onto our GPU. Let's do the inference with the pipe. And as I said, this is not going to do a chatting with you, but we can do the basic completion. So for example, you can pass it on like, hello, today is a great day too. So let me run it. So you see it has generated like, today is a great day to start a new project. I have been working on a new project for a while now, and so quite good. And of course you can increase that max new tokens to run it. Let's try out another one, and I will also show you the VRAM consumption. In this one, I'm just trying to generate something like a story type thing. So I am asking it, once upon a time in a world where gravity didn't exist, and then there is a trailing three dots. There you go. So it said there was a man, John. John was a man of many talents. Interesting. So let's quickly check the VRAM consumption because it is loaded at the moment. So it is just consuming around 4.789, so just under 5 gig, which is quite cool, not bad at all. For a base model of this quality, just under 2 billion, that is quite cool. And this is how you increase the max new token. So I just put it in this max underscore new underscore token is equal to 500, and then the same question, and look at the text it has generated. It has just completed it. So once upon a time in a world where gravity didn't exist, there was a man named John. He was great inventor, brilliant scientist, skilled engineer. So if you go through this text, which I'm going right now as we speak, this is quite coherent. There is no hallucination, there is no break, and it is not really printing out gibberish. And that is why I was saying that a base model which can produce this sort of coherent completion, coherent text without compromising on language under 2 billion multilingual, this is surprising. Okay, let's check one more and then we will try out some of the multilingual capabilities. So I am asking it to write a poem about a sunset on a tropical island. Now, if you look at this prompt, this is an instruction. As I mentioned earlier, it doesn't follow instruction because it is not tuned for instruction, and that is why you see it hasn't produced anything. Now, that said, let's try out a German prompt now. For the German, I'm just going to, so again, this is a question which I'm asking. So first I will run this and then I will do the completion. And here you go, there is a German text. So if you're a German speaker, please check it out and let us know if it is correct and what do you think about it. And also I did a TTS video where a lot of German viewers commented, so thank you so much for your feedback on that one, how TTS I'm talking about. So please also guide us on this one. Let's try out a French. And so let me run it. So this French sentence primarily means that as I walked into the abandoned mansion, I stumbled upon. So let's see what it produces. So it has produced this, which looks good to me, but please confirm what do you think about it. And I think John is its favorite name here anyway. Okay, so let's try out an Italian one. Google Translate tells me that it looks quite good. So let's see what it does with the Italian. There you go, Italian also looks good. Please check it out. Again, Google Translate says it's okay, but I would rather take the Italian viewer's word for it. Okay, let's try out a Portuguese one. Let's see how Portuguese go here. Let me run it. And the Portuguese looks also quite good as per Google Translate, but again, please let us know what do you think the Portuguese speakers. And finally, let's try out Spanish. Spanish looks quite interesting. Let's wait for it. And there you go, this is the Spanish one. I'm not sure about Spanish. Doesn't seem like it has done anything except repeating it. Okay, though it has been fine-tuned in Spanish. Okay, now it hasn't been trained in, sorry, not fine-tuned, pre-trained in Spanish, and this is, it hasn't been pre-trained in Arabic, but I can't help myself, so I'm just testing it out. If you're an, whatever it produces, if I don't know Arabic, so the Arabic speakers, please let me know what do you think about it. Let's wait for it. No, I don't think, I can tell that it is repeating these words here, so that is fine. Anyway, but other than that, I think quite impressive for 2 billion size multilingual base model. Try it out, let me know what do you think. Before I let you go, let me introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are AgentBot. AgentBot lets you effortlessly deploy a personalized knowledge bot across platforms like Discord, Slack, and others. It is ideal for open source tech communities and startups that provide user support, and I will drop the link to their website in video's description. That's it. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps. Thank you for watching.